Dear students, welcome back to my channel. In this class, let us discuss about a new concept called parallel plate capacitor. Okay, I think you might have heard about the word capacitor, isn't it? So, what is the meaning of the word capacitor? Please remember, capacitor is a device which is used to store the electrical charges and hence the electrical energy. What? Capacitor is an electrical device which is used to store the electric charges and hence the electrical energy. So, there are plenty of different types of capacitors, but in our syllabus we have only one type of capacitor, that is a parallel plate capacitor. So why this capacitor is named like a parallel plate means this capacitor consists of two parallel plates. Okay, so see, capacitor is a device which is used to store the electric charges and hence the electrical energy. Okay, see, the capacitor looks like this. You might have seen this inside the TV and radio and any other electrical circuits. This like this. It is an electrical instrument, otherwise device used to store the electric charges. Okay. Now we have the definition for capacitance, isn't it? What is capacitance? Capacitance C is given by Q divided by V. That is, capacitor of a conductor. Sorry, capacitance of a conductor is nothing but the amount of charge given to it to the rise in its potential. In the same way, how to define the capacitance of a capacitor? Capacitance of a capacitor. Just like this, capacitance of the capacitor. See, first I will write the circuit symbol of a parallel plate capacitor. This is the circuit symbol of the parallel plate capacitor, which is having a fixed capacitance. It is a fixed capacitance or capacitor, whereas it is a variable capacitor. Variable capacitor. Here, these are a pair of plates, parallel plates, out of which one plate is insulated and the other plate is grounded. What? A parallel plate capacitor consists of course, two parallel plates, out of which one is insulated and the second one is grounded. Okay, it is an inbuilt circuit. We can't show this physically. Okay, see, in case of a capacitor, here also we can define C as Q divided by V. It means capacitance of a capacitor can be defined as the ratio of the amount of charge present in it to the potential difference between its two plates. Potential difference between its two plates. The ratio of the amount of charge that the capacitor is having to the potential difference between two plates of that capacitor. It is nothing but capacitance of a capacitor. Otherwise, it is the ratio of charge on the capacitor to the potential difference between two plates of the capacitor. So, see here, C is equal to 1 farad if Q is equal to 1 coulomb and V is equal to 1 volt. So we have defined the value of C is equal to 1 farad in our last class, isn't it? So now when we come to the concept of capacitors, how to define the capacitance of a capacitor means like this. It is the ratio of, so the charge holding by the capacitor to the potential difference between the two plates of the capacitor. When that capacitance of the capacitor is said to be 1 farad, capacitance of the capacitor is said to be 1 farad if that capacitor is having a charge of 1 coulomb in it. So when the potential difference between its plates is 1 volt. Okay, so the capacitance of a capacitor is said to be 1 farad if the amount of charge present in the capacitor is 1 coulomb and the potential difference between the two plates of the capacitor is 1 volt, like that. Okay, fine. Now let us come to one important 5-mark derivation. So that is expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Very important 5-mark derivation. Derive an expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. Okay. As the question itself indicates, let us consider a parallel plate capacitor like this. I have already said that in case of a parallel plate capacitor, it includes a pair of parallel plates out of which one is insulated and the other one is grounded. Okay, fine. Now, let plus be the charge present on the first plate, that is plus Q. Similarly, minus Q is the charge present on the second plate, the other plate, like this. Now, these two plates are separated by a distance of some small d. Let capital A be the area of each plate of this parallel plate capacitor. Now, the space between these two plates is having nothing, otherwise vacuum. Okay, so whenever the gap between two plates of the parallel plate capacitor is filled with air, then its name turns to be condenser. Capacitor turns to be condenser. Condenser is a parallel plate capacitor having air in between the gap of two plates. Okay, fine. Let plus sigma be the surface charge density of this plate and minus sigma be the surface charge density of this second plate. Okay. Now, you know the concept of electric field due to a plate. So, in the final derivation of first chapter, that is derive an expression for electric intensity at a point due to an infinitely charged plane sheet. Okay. See, due to that, according to that concept, since it is a positively charged plate, the direction of electric field will be outwards from it, and I will call this as E1 vector. It is from positive to negative. Similarly, what is the direction of electric field due to this negative plate? It has to be inward, like this. I will call this as E2 vector. Hence, the direction of both E1 and E2 will be same. Okay. Hence, in this gap, the electric field values get added up. Please remember, the value of electric field in the gap due to the positive plate, is E1 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. I am taking only the magnitude. Okay. Otherwise, E1 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught, and it is towards negative plate. Similarly, E2 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. I have took only the magnitude of the electric field here. So hence, I am not substituting the value of minus sigma here. Only sigma I am taking. If E1 is the electric field in the gap due to this positive plate, then E2 is the electric field in that same gap due to this negative plate. So no need to write this sentence again and again. Similarly, E2 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught, and it is towards the same negative plate. Therefore, the net electric field in the gap becomes E is equal to E1 plus E2. It is because both E1 and E2 are purely vector quantities having the direction in the same direction. I mean having the direction along the positive x-axis. Therefore, they get added. E1 plus E2, that is sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. It gives you simply sigma divided by epsilon naught. So this is the value of the net electric field in the gap of two plates of the parallel plate capacitor. I will call this as equation number 1. Now, we know that E is equal to V divided by D, where V is PD between the plates. PD between the plates. And we know that sigma is equal to Q divided by A. That is charge per unit length. Sorry, charge per unit area is said to be surface charge density. In place of Q, we can write CV over A, where A is area of each plate. Therefore, from equation 1, we can write V upon D is equal to CV divided by A. Next, I will cancel V on both sides. Okay, that is epsilon naught. CV divided by A into epsilon naught. V cancels. Hence, C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. This is the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when air is present in the gap. Suppose if the gap is filled with a dielectric substance of constant, that is dielectric constant K or epsilon R, then this equation turns to be C prime is equal to epsilon naught epsilon R A upon D. Or simply we can write C prime is equal to epsilon naught K A over D. This is the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, please remember, capacitor is a device, it is an electrical device which is used to store the electrical charges and hence the electrical energy. Now, in our syllabus we have only one type of capacitor, that is parallel plate capacitor. A parallel plate capacitor is one which is having a pair of plates, out of which one is insulated and the other one is grounded. I am taking one such parallel plate capacitor here. Since there is nothing inside that gap, it is also called as condenser. Okay, see, derive an expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor means first we have to take a parallel plate capacitor. Now we have to mention what type of charges are present on the plates. I will take this first plate as positively charged plate and the second one as, that is grounded one, as the negatively charged plate. The surface charge density of this positive plate is plus sigma and the surface charge density of the second plate is minus sigma. Next, so those two plates are separated by a distance of some small d. Now, due to this positively charged plate, the direction of electric field will be outwards. Due to this negatively charged plate, the direction of electric field will be inwards. So, in this gap, the two electric fields get added. Hence, the total electrical field in the gap becomes E1 plus E2. So, step by step we have to go. First one, the value of electric field in the gap due to the positively charged plate. A positive plate is given by E1 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. This is the result of the final derivation of the first chapter. Similarly, E2 is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. The directions of both the fields are towards negative plate. Now, the net electric field in the gap becomes E is equal to E1 plus E2. On simplification, we get E is equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught. So for our convenience, let us call it as equation number 1. Next, how electric intensity and electric potential are related in magnitude means E is equal to V divided by D. That is, electric intensity is equal to electric potential divided by distance. Okay, fine. Now, here V is the PD between the plates. Potential difference between these two plates. Next, sigma, that is surface charge density, is given by Q upon A. That is, charge per unit area of a substance is said to be surface charge density of that substance. And we know that Q is equal to C into V upon A, where A is the area of each plate of the parallel plate capacitor. Next, on substituting these two values in equation number 1, we get V by D is equal to CV by A epsilon naught. V cancels, and finally we get C is equal to epsilon naught A over D. This is the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So when there is vacuum or air in the gap. Suppose in the question, derive an expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric medium in the gap means you have to continue till here. When the gap is filled with a dielectric substance having dielectric constant K or epsilon R, then so in place of epsilon naught we have to write epsilon naught into epsilon R. Otherwise epsilon naught into K into A upon D. Okay, fine. Now, by observing this equation, can you tell me the factors which affect the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? Which is also an important question for 2 marks. Factors affecting capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. From that equation, we can say first factor that will affect the capacitance is area of the plates. Area of the plates. Second one, distance between two plates or separation between two plates. And the third one, medium between two plates. Okay, so these are the 3 factors which mainly affect the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. How can we increase the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor means by increasing the area of the plates or by decreasing the distance between two plates or by placing a medium having a dielectric constant. Okay, see. How that dielectric constant will affect the capacitance means, please remember, for a condenser or air capacitor, that is for a capacitor having air in the gap, we have this equation C is equal to epsilon naught A over D. Similarly, for a capacitor with a dielectric medium, in gap, we can write C prime is equal to epsilon naught R A upon D, which is equal to K times epsilon naught A by D. Therefore, we can write it as C prime is equal to K times C, or C medium is equal to K times C air. Whenever air in the gap of two plates of the parallel plate capacitor is replaced by a dielectric substance having dielectric constant K, then its capacitance will rise to K times its earlier value. So it is about a parallel plate capacitor. Please remember. So in our next class let us discuss about how much of electrical energy will be stored in the capacitor. That is, let us derive an expression for capacitance. Expression for energy stored in the capacitor. Thank you.